Hopefully that was fine. Didn't fuck everything up too much. But it totally could have. And it would totally be my fault. I'm just trying to set up my backup in case. I was like, damn, my camera turned off randomly. So you might get a real low angle shot towards the middle of the stream. Guys, it's gonna be so fun. The camera will work fine and nothing will go wrong. Completely. Awesome, guys. It's starting. Look, okay. Error, Firebase error. I don't know what that's about. There's that. Okay, the camera might die, honestly, but we're doing a race commentary over the Austrian Grand Prix. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow, Alan. I saw that while I was off. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I'm a little frazzled because suddenly my camera wasn't working. It was like dying. So I don't know what that's about. But there's my activity feed. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm excited. Weber is not happy to be awake. He was not okay with me being awake at this time. So, okay. Imagine if I like remembered how to stream at all, honestly. That'd be kind of crazy. But today we are doing the Austrian Grand Prix. It is not going to rain. It's going to be sunny as fuck, probably. I'm trying to set up my extra camera. So if this camera dies in the middle of stream, because it truly might, I have at least a backup because I can't find my webcam anywhere. So I have to reset up my fucking DSLR on a shitty little tripod. Not excited about it, but we're going through the starting grid right now for the Grand Prix. We have Carlos Sainz and Nico Hülkenberg starting 19th and 20th respectively. Neither of them happy with the car setup this weekend. We have Esteban Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda following through. Yuki Tsunoda doing another bad job for the Red Bull team this week. Ollie Behrman and Lance Stroll in 15th and 16th respectively, followed by Isaac Hadjar and Franco Colapinto, not really utilizing his contract to the best of his abilities. Fernando Alonso out qualifying his teammate again, Lance Stroll. Alex Albon in 23rd. I'll just have to manually swap those out if that goes wrong. Kimi Antonelli and Pierre Gasly starting in 9th and 10th, followed by the truest upset of the weekend, Max Verstappen in 7th place, and Gabriel Bortoleto in 8th. And then George Russell and Liam Lawson out-qualifying Max Verstappen for this race today. Real upset there. 4th is Lewis Hamilton, and then starting in the 2nd row, in 3rd is Oscar Piastri, our boy, followed by Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris starting in pole position. Exciting things happening today. I'm going to check the camera. That'll for sure die. Whatever. If it dies, you'll get the shitty camera. Yeah, Lando Norris setting a pretty impressive, and just having impressive speed and pace all around this weekend. Very exciting news. I'm trying to figure out what backups I have for the camera as fast as possible. No. Well, maybe. Let me go into studio mode, figure that out. Yeah, I'm excited. I truly am just hoping. Piano tube. I might have to be a PNG tuber. 5 lights, true and real. I didn't realize my camera had been dead. So I might become a PNG through the middle of this. "71 laps for the race." Going to be very fun, very cool. Hope you're all excited. Hope you're all having a good day, good morning. We're about to go on the formation lap. It's exciting. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I do have my PNG tuber at the ready if I need to. So then it looks like we are starting with a mixture of medium and soft tires for the lap today. Exciting. Okay. We have a backup plan. Oh, I need to change the background to that color. Okay, cool. Awesome. Really cool. Yeah, we are doing great. It's fine. It'll be really cool and awesome and good. Okay? Don't worry about it. There is some debris on track, it looks like. No, there's a car on track. I was a little too focused on making sure my backup plan worked. Yeah, but there seems to be an electrical issue, a power issue or something with Carlos's car. Okay, cool. I have a backup, guys. We'll be fine. But yeah, the Austrian Grand Prix has renewed its contract, so this race will stay on the calendar for a fairly long time until 2041. Don't call Carlos debris. My bad. Oh my god, do you know Carlos? Can you introduce me to Carlos Sainz? His car is clearly debris though. On that track, that shit's not moving. Yeah, it's gonna be an aborted start. They're gonna redo the formation. Awesome. Really cool. This is starting out really nice and awesome and exciting. I'm pretty excited for that one. And he got going right as they left. Awesome. Okay, this race is starting off pretty exciting with Carlos Sainz starting the formation lap at the end of the formation lap. So, before to start, he'll speed through the lap, get through. It's a very short track. So, very quick laps all around today. It'll be pretty exciting. That'll be fun. Let me switch over to the sports category while I'm thinking about it. And then my camera will die. I ordered, and once I noticed my camera was dying, I immediately ordered a couple extra batteries so that I could be prepared for this in the future. Learn from your mistakes. Don't just let them fester. Guys, it's fine. Don't mind me. I'm also just making it cute. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a little bit here, a couple extra seconds, couple extra bits till we get going. How's everyone doing on their Sunday morning at 6 a.m. for me? East Coast is probably having a bit better of a time, about 3 hours ahead, about 9 o'clock-ish. I'm having a bad time. Yeah, Carlos off into the pit lane. What a silly guy. Guys, I'm setting up the image to be cute. There, I'm gonna be an on-site reporter. Yeah, your car, okay, his car's on fire. Okay, fucking cool. Really starting off good. This is the Williams I expected at the start of the year, which is made of 4 paper clips. That is a car on fire. His car will probably not get going for the race. I will be honest with you. His brakes have just caught alight, ablaze even. Oh, look how small you are. Okay, cool. We have 10 extra minutes. Awesome. Really good start to the race, guys. I'm really excited. I woke up at 5 fucking a.m. for this shit. Good formation lap starting at 5:15. That's really cool and fun and awesome. I'm highly excited about it. Fun. Sorry, I just saw someone use AI to make Labubu fucking drivers. That was pretty sick, honestly. Yeah, we're chilling. We're driving. Anyway, guys, what do I talk about in the interim? Do I talk about the the Olive Garden date that I got stood up on? Do I talk about the F1 movie? Do I talk about video games I've been playing in my free time? Because let me tell you, Genshin Persona has ruined me and will be ruining my wallet for the next foreseeable future. Guys, get Carlos out of the car. It's on fire. Guys, please. Anyway, this is fine. It's so fine, guys. Ugh, I am tired. Why is the music not going? Ah. Why'd you fucking stop? Oh, did it stop because I was fucking in Spotify playlist? Fucking stop. Where's the setting that turns that on? Stop it. There we go. Hopefully that fixes that issue. There we go. Now we have music again. Now it's just me sitting in, not just me sitting in silence. I'm gonna go continue setting up the backup PNG tuber then. Oh, I have to keep it like up and running. Really cool. That's really awesome. Okay, well, I can't minimize that program. Awesome. Hopefully I can do that and then click onto that and that's fine. Nope, okay. Game over, Carlos. Jump out of the car, get out. Damn. Okay, that is clearly not the way to do that. Yeah, guys, get an exclamation mark vibe check going. In the meantime, I'm curious. Considering we have another 5 minutes, 7 minutes till the race starts. Yeah, that is not exciting news. Can I just get a game capture? Titan, oh my god, Titan, you have a 100% vibe, what the hell? Bro. Hey, yo. Also, welcome in, Titan. It's been a while. Welcome, welcome. Don't mind me. We're chilling. As I try and remember how the fuck to color key out red from an image. It's fine. It has been a while. considering the fact that I maybe stream like 2 times a month at this point, honestly impressive that you made it in here at all. Let's see. Exciting though. Very, very exciting. There, that's as good as it's gonna be for the most part, probably. There. Okay, cool, and that's how I would make that do that? Okay, awesome. In the background, I'm just fully setting up a PNG tuber, it's kinda sick. I don't want that, and I don't want that. I want to add my pasted image. Come on. Give me the image. Sick. Guys, I forgot how much fiddling my stream requires, because truly, it just doesn't work. My stream just has never once worked at all. Copy image address. Guys, don't worry. That'll do. In case the camera stops working, and I will need someone to tell me that the camera stops working, because I will not notice it. I've obtained track side imagery. There we go. And then we will see what that does. Okay, cool. Figured it out. Okay. Okay, cool. Fernando's baking. Just another 5 minutes. I'm just truly trying to fill time. And this is really not going well for the fact that my camera's fucking dying so fast. So, yeah, it's fine. It's all fine. Yeah, so I've seen the F1 movie as of recently. That was very good. I enjoyed that a lot. I actually really liked it a lot. You know, you guys can trust my opinion. I'm a professional film critic with a degree. I do have a degree in film and creative media, so I do have a little bit of ethos in making a claim like that. The F1 movie, I think it was a like 7 out of 10 action movie. It was kind of bland. It didn't have a lot of plot happenings that I was like, that's worthwhile happening. A lot of it was very, very dry, just like move to the next action sequence. Very Mission Impossible-esque, in my opinion. In the way of like, it had no real story, no real character development past like very basic stuff. The romance aspect was not as infuriating as everyone seemed to be hoping or thinking it would be. A lot of people didn't like that the chief engineer and Brad Pitt would fall in love, and they didn't feel too forced, and it didn't really play much of a part in the actual plot, so I was like, whatever. And honestly, the F1 inaccuracies really just made me laugh. I didn't feel like they were egregious and like taking away from it. It was stuff that I was like, I guess if the stewards took a bad day, I could see that happening. The stewards had like a bad time. I can see that going on. Otherwise, it was pretty accurate and like faithful, and I think it definitely showed F1 racing and the feel of watching F1 pretty well. I do think that it is going to create some bad expectations for people who are just starting to watch F1 from the movie, because they did show only the laps where things happen, which is about 10 laps of a Grand Prix. Most of it is this fill-in time shit. So, that's really exciting. But yeah, I liked the cinematography. There were some shots in it, like some overhead shots of the track that I saw happening in F1 this season. So that was fun to see that and see like where that inspiration came from. And they probably were during filming like, oh, that shot's really good and actually looks really good for the racing. Let's incorporate that. So now in Monaco, you have the overhead shot of the hairpin and things like that. So that's all exciting news. Guys, I don't know what the error is on my screen. I know Scoot is dead. Scoot doesn't exist anymore. I have to remake Scoot somehow. It's truly upsetting that Scoot's gone. Scoot's not real. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, whatever. I don't know what that error on my screen is. Now I go hunting, I guess, because I have time. I still have 1:13. Scoot was put down. Every Capamon was put down. Pudge is also gone. It's horrific. I know. I think this means... Oh, that's the sound alert. Okay, cool. Yeah, Scoot was executed. Viciously and without remorse, honestly. It was highly unfortunate when I discovered that. Pretty much every Capamon got killed because Capamon shut down. So that's pretty... Yeah, unfortunately, if Nerdy ever starts streaming again, Pudge will be unfortunately deceased. Guys, they're doing a replay of the false race start. I'm gonna lose my mind. Another formation lap? Please. I hope someone else catches on fire and we have to do this all over again. It's gonna be really cool. Guys, formation lap, let's go. This will be fine and dandy. And really cool and good. And have no issues at all. Clearly. Guys, do you like Ollie Bear? I enjoy having him up here. I need to, like, tape him down. Wait, I have hair ties for this. If this sounds... I truly thought Hulkenberg wasn't gonna make it out for that formation lap. I was like, it's fucking over. I'm gonna have to do that again. I was like, this is not a good sign for the race if this is gonna be the most important thing that happens. Fucking Hulkenberg and Carlos Sainz not making the formation lap. I hope that Norris and Leclerc kiss on turn 3. Turn 3 seems to be the problem corner this weekend. There were a bunch of F2 and F3 crashes yesterday. In that corner, corner 3 and 4, I believe it was. So I hope for Oscar's sake that he doesn't eat any gravel and that Lando and Charles kiss and make out for Pride Month in the turn 3. Because no one needs to worry about Max this season. This race. This season, you can still worry about Max. You don't need to worry about Max this race. And bro's starting behind fucking Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson has to worry about Max. Which I don't think he's done ever. It really goes to show, because Liam Lawson was in the second Red Bull seed. Now Yuki is starting in 18th and has not made it to Q3 in that car basically the entire time he's been in it, and Liam Lawson has outqualified Max Verstappen, Golden Boy, at the home Grand Prix. It is not looking good at all. Did it turn off the music again? Hey, Spotify. Hey, I'm gonna leave a mute on that. There we go. That should fix that. Awesome. Keep an eye on Max Verstappen, they say. Oh, helmet Marco jump scare. This will be fine. I really can't wait to go to work after this. It's gonna be really cool. And then I have to go shopping because I need a new bedside lamp and like maybe a rug. I don't know. Persona 5 Royal, Persona 5 X dropped, and let me tell you, it is just Genshin Impact but Persona, which really sucks because I love Persona and I love gambling. Don't look at that. I'm not ahead. I'm not there, guys. It's spoiling me. Guys, don't look at the timing sheet. It's spoiling me. Guys, it's 5 lights out and away we go right now. Okay, we're off on our first start of the day. Lando has made it ahead of Leclerc, and Piastri has taken the outside. Everything is going good. Oscar Piastri has taken second literally immediately. Charles Leclerc has given that up. Looks like there is a George Russell keeping Lewis Hamilton back, and Max Verstappen is flying through. Lewis Hamilton trying to overtake George Russell. Oh, this is going great. There has been contact. Max Verstappen has been spun out of the race by, I think that was George Russell. No, that was Kimi Antonelli. Really cool. That's going to be probably a red flag. Or at least a safety car, at least. But yeah, that was not great. Sorry, father. Guys, everyone, condolences for my father in the chat. Max Verstappen has just been crashed out of the race on lap 1. This will not be good for him for the rest of the fucking night. Yep, safety car. So you come here often, guys? Yeah. You come here often? Yeah, that's not great. Let's recount what happened in that first half of a lap. We got the safety car out because Antonelli had a brake lockup and spun his way into Max Verstappen, knocking both of them out of the race. There he goes. Thank you. Thank you, father. Oscar Piastri did a beautiful overtake. He had a... You know what? That's so fair, Dad. Because I feel like this race might take 4 hours. I'll be honest. If this is how it's starting, not great. So this is not a good weekend for Red Bull, honestly, worth forgetting about for the Austrian team, getting crashed out in turn 1 by an Italian. Or in lap 1 by an Italian. Oh, but he's being nice about it. He's not an asshole. Not to the rookies. If that had been, like... That had been fucking Pierre Gasly, the Max would not be cordial with Pierre Gasly, but it looks like Max has taken the high road and been a father and gone, this is fine. You're fine. You're a child. Getting crashed out of your home race by Kimi Antonelli, huh? That's really a choice they made there. Looks like that opens up a lot for backmarker midfield teams. If it was Russell, it would be a fist fight. It would be. You're right. There was a moment where I was like, oh no, this will end in like a punch. Yeah, it seemed like everyone had a pretty decent start on the first turn anyway, except for that car. Except for looked like Hajar and Behrman. Maybe it was Sonoda, who knows, but they seemed to go immediately wide into turn 1. But Oscar Piastri did a beautiful overtake on the first lap. I'm expecting a lot of people to eat gravel and have some track limit violations throughout this race. It's a lot of space, though, so virtual safety car and any kind of issue shouldn't hang out that long. But yeah, that was a one-way ticket to making my dad go back to bed. So that's fun. Also, welcome in, Beard. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Just a little bit, Max. You're fine. Max, calm down. You have a child. Just think of Lily. You can't say horrific slurs on the radio anymore. Think of your child. Yeah, Antonelli just locked up real bad into that turn. Yeah. He just locked that rear tire and just straight lined it into the side of Max. Yeah, that's... Also, it looks like V-Carb might have been involved and got a little bit of damage, probably. Probably Sonoda. But yeah, it looks like safety car is ending. Not going to be too long for any of the safety cars. Actually, it looks like it was Hajar who had damage. Yeah. Hajar definitely looks like he got a little bit of damage from that. Probably a bit of weird front wing issue. Again, I'm not listening to the real commentators, truly. I just have them, like, vaguely in the background. Hey, Dad, you should type in chat exclamation mark vibe real quick so you can get a vibe check going. I think that'd be really funny right now. Yeah, it looks like we'll do a rolling start. Lando will get us started again, followed by Oscar Piastri, and then Charles Leclerc looks like we have started. Looks like he started that a little ahead of the green flag, but vibe, like VIBE, not exclamation mark 5. Good try, though. Yeah, looks like everyone... There's a fair mix of soft tires. There's actually a fair good mix of strategy going right now. That's actually pretty interesting. So close. So close. V as in vibraphone. I as in indigo. Yeah, one of these shots. If you're watching the actual broadcast right now, there's an overhead shot of one of the turns, and that is the kind of shot that they had. Looks like a Haas has gone wide immediately, Behrman, seems like. I as in indigo. B as in boy, and E as in elephant. So close. Looks like George Russell and Lewis Hamilton are having a big fight. Piastri is in DRS range. There we go, father. And look, your vibe is still pretty good for the time, considering. Hey, apparently Max Verstappen really destroyed my vibe. I think it was the safety car that ruined it. Yeah, looks like all of these people on their soft tires pretty good. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, Ollie Behrman and Franco Colapinto getting into a bit of a tussle. Ollie Behrman going a little wide into that turn. Yeah, Lando has had pretty incredible pace this whole weekend, so unless there's a couple more safety cars or something going horrifically wrong with Lando, I actually don't see too much space for Oscar. Oscar's kind of fucked it off a bit. Sorry, George Russell's just complaining on the radio because he's whining. He sounds like my dog. I don't see too much of an option for Oscar, except I might be wrong. Oscar's catching up pretty quickly under DRS. That's pretty interesting, actually. Not sure DRS is even on yet. Oscar's just finding that raw pace on his own, which is very impressive on this track. But Oscar is known in these parts for loving to just eat some rocks. He loves munching on some gravel pebbles. So I expect him to really love a gravel patch at some point. Just fully off the track into the gravel at some point. And then he'll fucking like figure out how to fix it. But he will be in the gravel at some point. Almost certainly. If Kimi took his helmet off, Max would deck him. I don't think Max would do that to Kimi. I think Max is too nice of a person. No, Oscar does have DRS at the moment, so DRS has turned on. Lando keeps setting faster and faster laps, running away from Oscar. That's interesting. Lando pretty much needs to win this to help close through his points, and even Oscar getting 18th is keeping them up, and Oscar is taking a dive on the inside, did not make it. Unfortunately, I'm seeing all of that gravel there, and it is looking tasty. I'm putting myself in Oscar Piastri's shoes, and that gravel is looking yummy. Pretty good. Yeah. Oscar is being very aggressive, honestly, which is fair. They're both on medium tires, so that gravel patch looks tasty on that last turn. Yeah, looks like Oscar might try within the next couple of laps again on the traditional overtake spot in like turn 1 or something. He has set the fastest lap of the race, means nothing except bragging rights at this point. But yeah, looks like we're going to be watching this little fight at the front pretty heavily, which I'm fine with. Oscar is fastest in Sector 1, Sector 2 and 3 are taken by Lando. Fastest lap time is about a 109.8, I believe it said right now. So that's good and interesting. Oscar Piastri radio's message. Fucking whatever, McLaren. I hate this team now. Guys, I love McLaren's history. I love their history. I gotta remember, they were a good team at one point that I do enjoyed. I do enjoy old school McLaren. I gotta remember that, because if I don't, I won't make it the end of the season. Oscar Piastri's race engineer asking if what he would like to do in the race situation. Race, it seems, would be the answer, probably. Because at this moment, McLaren is so ahead of the Constructors' Championship that it is unlikely that they would be too upset if they raced past, like, beating each other up. So as long as there's no silver arrow situation between the two and they don't crash each other out, I assume McLaren will not pull any fucking papaya rules bullshit. They are steaming away from Charles Leclerc in third. It's truly a remarkable car they've got this season, which makes me happy. And then Leclerc is wildly ahead of Hamilton by about 2 seconds, actually, which is crazy. This is giving some good chances for points for teams like Kick Sauber now that Max Verstappen, Antonelli, and Sainz are out. A pretty good opportunity for them to score some points from the back. The field looking probably at Alonsoins as well as perhaps Bear points? Baroints? Bearmanoints? Something along those lines. But I assume that there will be another safety car at some point. It only feels right that there be another safety car. Piastri is just staying in that DRS range. He is not gaining too much actual time on Lando, unfortunately, past when he's in the DRS zone. I can't believe it was Verstappen and Antonelli that kissed. And it looks like we are also focused on the McLaren papaya battle that we missed Gasly and Albon having a fit, where Albon has gotten past Gasly in the Williams that is on fire half the time and on fire half the time. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to probably be focusing on this for a while until something happens with the papayas. So any backmarker stuff happening will not be mentioned unless I notice it, probably. Except Albon in a replay. Let's see. Yep, late break into that turn. Very easy. One day I'll also know what the turns are. I'll do this for long enough that I'll start knowing what the turns are off the top of my head. Colapinto and Bearman both are being investigated and or have penalties for a small little bout of a fight earlier on. Oscar Piastri is about half of a second away from Norris. They're both running their tires pretty hard to keep this fight up. Oscar Piastri seems like he might be trying to go for an inside move within the next couple laps here, or next couple turns. Really looked like he was going to go for an outside fight on that corner, but he'll probably do some late braking into probably the last corner, I would guess, a traditional overtaking spot, it seems like. Again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm talking out of my ass for most of it. Oh my god, he's alive. Guys, he's moving. I just looked over and there was movement in my camera. Bark Weber is a Charles Leclerc fan, we've discovered, because he only cries, and I feel like that's just how any Charles Leclerc fan does anything. Oscar Piastri looks like he's going to try and pull off the move here on the inside. They are now wheel to wheel. Oscar Piastri has taken the first place on Lando, and Lando is trying to do a switchback twice over, but Oscar Piastri is hopefully going to make it, and looks like Lando actually has the better pace, but they are still side to side the whole time. The whole lap they are being side to side, and Oscar Piastri has lost his pole on Norris, his first place on Norris overtake. Looks like he'll have to do it again, and he's doing it again. Holy shit. And they are trying to go wheel to wheel. Looks like Lando has won this battle, but not the war, let me tell ya. Come on, Oscar. Don't be discouraged. Oof. That was stress suddenly. Yeah, Oscar is still in DRS range. He's still going to be putting on a lot of pressure onto Norris. Norris known to make mistakes under pressure. A lot of it is a lot of his lack of winning seems to be making some silly mistakes when he's under pressure, when he has to clutch out. Bearman has gone into the pits, so he's doing his tire swap. A lot of the soft people I expect to be coming in pretty quickly here, and then about 7 laps from then, I would expect all the medium people to start coming in. And then we will see a bad pit stop for the Haas, 3.1 seconds, unfortunately. That is upsetting for them. Let's see. Oh my god, Gabriel Bortoleto and Gasly are currently wheel to wheel fighting, going into the corner, and Gabriel Bortoleto has just done a beautiful overtake on Pierre Gasly, honestly, but Gasly is attempting to hang on. Seems like there might have been a little bit of contact there, but I am not Gabriel Bortoleto, I can't tell you. But Gabriel Bortoleto has held on. Now he's going to go chase Albon. And honestly, what I want to happen is Gabriel Bortoleto on the podium. I'd be fine if Gabriel Bortoleto won the race and if if everyone ahead of him crashed into each other. I'd take it. I'd take a weird one, but Gasly has gone into the pits. His soft tire is not doing well. It seems like the medium is much more likable for this whole thing. Hulkenberg also into the pits. So I think we have one more person on softs, and that's going to be Colapinto. Behrman has gone on to hards, probably going to try and nurse that whole hard tire for the rest of the race. Hulkenberg's been in the pits for a hot second. Okay, 2.3. That's at least 2 hot seconds. I can't wait to rewatch this race from someone else's point of view so that it feels like something's happening. Ocon and Colapinto are having a little bit of a fight. Ocon getting ahead of Colapinto. Colapinto seeming to disappoint the Alpine team with his new entry into the team. Is he doing better than Jack Doohan would be? Maybe. Jack Doohan would probably be in the gravel right now, honestly. Probably would have seen something happen in the sim and gone, but I can break that late. It's fine with my DRS open. But yeah, this is a pretty good fight up at front for once. Albon has also just gone to a pits, one of our front runners, leaving Gabriel Bortoleto in 6th place for the race at the moment. Interesting. Colapinto is also stiff pitting, so it seems like everyone has stopped their soft gambit. Going off of the softs and onto the hards, it seems like it's going to be a medium to hard and then a soft to hard sort of a race for all 17 laps. Hey, Oscar, you decide the fate today of the local game stores. So you better not crash and you better win. Honestly, my day is determined by how you feel, how you do. But guys, he's cute. Anyway, back to the Ollie Behrman Pierre Gasly. Tumble, a little rough and tumble. Wheel-to-wheel fight there. And Oscar has closed up that gap. Look like he's going to try and go for an inside on turn number 1. No, he is going to wait a little bit. Not traditionally good. He's not going to brake super late. So we will see. We'll see how this goes. It's probably going to attempt to do another charge. Lando doing a pretty good defend there, honestly. I'll give him credit. I don't like him, but I'll give him credit when it's due. That was pretty good defend. But we will see. This is the kind of racing everyone wanted out of the McLarens this season, so I'm excited that it is happening. This is actually pretty exciting. Ignore my monotone, nothing voice as it goes on. This is exciting, I swear, I swear, I swear. Yeah, it seems like we are waiting for him or something to go correct between the children. They are going to fight. It's going to be awesome. Sorry, I just saw a Twitter post that said, "Welcome back, MV33." It was pretty good. Yeah, the issue is they're both running their tires pretty hard, so they're going to have to pit pretty soon here. So the tire deg is going to be the issue with them, and they'll just be who gets prioritized in the pit stop order. I would assume probably Norris at this point, but I can also see... I can see them waiting to see if there'll be another safety car, but I can see everyone else waiting for another safety car not being too risky, considering how intense the front two are. Common Ferrari radio message. Albon down in 17th. What happened to his pit stops? He was like ahead of everyone. He was like 5th. We had a bit of gravel from Lando, actually. Not the man I expected to eat dirt. Lando is almost never truly... It looks like both of the Williams have been pit. Both of the Williams are going to be out for the race. So, double DNF for Williams. This is the Williams I expected this season, made of paper clips and paper mache. Exciting. Exciting. So it looks like there are 4 people who are not going to be classified finishers. We're still watching this front battle. Looks like some of the other people notably in DRS range is Alonso to Liam Lawson. And then Stroll and Hadjar and a little bit of a train behind Tsunoda. I don't like hearing them strategize against my man. Yeah, seems exciting. I'm sleepy. It looks like Yuki Tsunoda is being trusted to bring in points for the Red Bull team this weekend, and there has been contact between Yuki Tsunoda and Stroll. So, really cool, really good for the Red Bull team. If both Red Bulls have to retire, that'd be pretty funny. This is like how on most betting apps, the Aston Martin team is still considered a top 5 team, even though they aren't. Russell is boxing, the first of the mediums to go box. You know what? Yuki did beat Max. That is fair. And then looks like we are starting to have some of our medium people go into the pit lane to change their tires out. So we will see what happens there. I just looked back to see what Father Day had bet on, because he does sports betting. And he did bet on Kimi to beat Max, which didn't happen, but he did beat him. So you also bet on Max winning the race. I don't think that one's going to pay out for you. Winning margin between 6 and 12 seconds. I don't think that's going to happen either. It seems like there's too close of fighting up front between the 2 McLarens. Sauber being the first car retirement, you also fucked that up. We need more bumper cars in the rear. We do. If there was a decent safety car right now, I would want the safety, for my own personal benefit, I would like the safety car to happen after Norris pits. And I hope Oscar doesn't pit beforehand. You also bet on Oscar Piastri to win, and Gabriel Bortoleto to be the race winner without the top teams, which is looking like it's going to be currently how it stands. That's exciting. We will see. Tsunoda has just pit. Interesting. A bit of a radio message to Lando talking about how their pits will go if Oscar passes them. Looks like the gap to Bortoleto is about 20 seconds, which is about as much time as you'd lose. So if Oscar passes them, it'll be an issue. But looks like Oscar is going to try and pass, or Oscar should lay off of his tires and wait for a safety car and let Norris pit first. That allows for an overcut, or an undercut, my bad. Oh my god. Oscar Piastri has just had a horrific lockup. I think he should ease up on his tires, actually. I think my plan is the one we should go with. I think my plan of waiting for a safety car is the safest plan. That was crazy. They're boxing Norris. Oh, woof. We'll be sticking around on holiday. We've got a free moment. How's everyone doing? Zephyr, welcome in. It's been a while. Hello. Oh my god, hi. That notification decided to join for a little bit. That's so fair. We're just doing commentary over an F1 race. Sorry. Hey guys, Oscar Piastri's leading the race. That's pretty sick. That's pretty good. How are you doing? How's your holiday doing? Been a while. I need to remember to talk to people. I need to remember to like talk to people. I will message you after and we can talk about your holiday. But yeah, Lando is going to come out ahead of Bortoletto. Upsetting. But now I hope that something horrific goes off in the backfield. It's only been a while and we forget to talk to a lot of people. And truly. I go, why are people talking to me? And then I remember I don't talk to them first. And I'm like, that would be good. Yeah, put Piastri in some free air. He has a flat spot. Ugh. That's not great. Not great for us in the free air. But yeah, it looks like Oscar had a bit of a lockup, trying to do an overtake on that. Lando into the pits. Let's see how his pit stop goes. Oh. You can always feel when the pit stop's bad. It's really interesting. Zephyr, I do like that the only time I ever truly remember to be like, oh, Zephyr's alive is my birthday, because it's also your birthday. Oh, my camera's dead. Hey, guys, guess what? Guess what, guys? Guys, the camera died. Guess what? Guys, here I am commentating the Grand Prix. My camera has fully died, and I do apologize. So now we are a little PNG tuber. All props out to Blue, my best friends, for making the little PNG tuber. This was my backup plan the entire time. Welcome. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah. It's pretty cool, right? So now we are commentating over this little F1 race. Behind me is the Austrian Grand Prix. Not the one you're watching, but just a random one I saw. And there we go. So the camera has passed away, unfortunately. And we are obtaining batteries for it. So this will not happen again in the future, especially not next week for Silverstone. And then let's see. It looks like what I would want to happen would be I would want Leclerc and Hamilton to hold up Norris would be my current vibe, as well as a safety car would help with the issue there. Yeah, everyone give some props to that boy Blue, Azra. They truly made this for me on a whim at some point. I believe I paid them for it. I better have paid them for it. I might go repay them for it. Better be 4 seconds behind Lando with more delta or 1.4. Big up Blue, I know. It's really beautiful. I should use it more, honestly. On those days where I don't want to like make myself up and I don't feel like streaming my face, I should really utilize the PNG tuber a bit more because it's very good. Let's see. Oh, now I can be on my phone and not feel like an asshole to you guys. Hell yeah. Sorry, there's only so much I can talk about during a race. Yeah, it looks like they're probably going to pit Oscar pretty soon. Gabriel Bortoletto overtaking. Who are we overtaking, Gabby? Behrman is who we're overtaking. Pretty good. So, Gabby is doing pretty incredible. Hadjar is kind of mid this race so far, as in not much happening. Really exciting. Exciting stuff, honestly. Guys, ignore the red lines. Ignore the red lines real quick. Oh. PNG helps so much. Thank you. I was going in and I was going to try and change some settings, but sounds like a lot of work right now, and I don't remember how this program works, so. Let's go. Let's see. Looks like we have Oscar coming on to hard tires in the pits probably within the next second here. Probably peeling off. Yes, in fact, he is. Fernando for the win. A crazy podium would be Lawson, Alonso, Stroll. But yeah, it looks like we are going to be a little stressed. Good pit stop for Oscar. Well, bad pit stop, actually. That was fucked. I was just kind of coping. Lando's for sure going to come out ahead of him. And then we will be on slightly newer tires by about a lap. But you better not let Leclerc and Hamilton ahead of you. Or don't let Lawson get past you, because I will lose my mind, Oscar. I like that I don't really have purple hair anymore, and the PNG still has purple hair. I change my hair too often to have like a consistent PNG identity. Unless it was like an original character, which it is not. This is just me in blues style with little bird wings. I still identify with little birds. Yeah, let's see here. Alonso's still in that DRS range for Lawson, but not really making too much headway on that. Colapinto and Russell and Hadjar. Hadjar has just gotten ahead of Stroll. That's interesting. Hamilton has gone into the pits. Or not Hamilton, my apologies. Leclerc has gone into the pits. Feels like every pit stop is kind of bad today. Feels like there's nothing really good happening. So that's interesting. And we will see. Bortoletto radio. Fun. Forgot this thing existed. How did it go again? Exclamation mark vibe. Yeah, let's get a vibe check going. We are getting closer to halfway through the race. Boo. You missed the part where I was trying to teach my father how to do that. Let's see what my vibe currently stands at. About a 70. I generally linger at about a 70. It's pretty good. Pretty sick. Oh, but father has us all beat. As he should. How are you not big vibes? You're little vibes, honestly. Zephyr. Little vibes. Stroll into the pits, it seems. Hamilton also into the pit. Yeah, those timings over there are not live with me. They are ahead of me, so I'm getting spoiled over there. Yeah, it looks like Oscar has some work to do. I guess I could kind of hope for a safety car at this point to bring the field together. But that is a long shot at this point. Feels like the only people who are even slightly going to are going to be the only two people who are probably going to end up fighting are going to be the McLarens. Perhaps some of these midfielders, seems like Alonso and Leclerc were having a bit of a weird tussle there, and Bortoletto and Hülkenberg are currently actively fighting against team orders. Bortoletto asking, is he going to let me through? And Hülkenberg going, if you can pass me, bitch. Hülkenberg passing Pierre Gasly, it seems, followed by Bortoletto probably trying to get close. Yeah, Bortoletto also passing Gasly. Alpine's really falling back. Oof. Someone has just gone off to the gravel. Interesting enough, it seems. Yeah, it looks like Stroll is not doing great, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, don't lock up into turn 4. Piastri. Fucking idiot asshole. Ooh, that was a beautiful looking overtake from Leclerc on Lawson. Especially with that overhead view camera. Oh, that was peak. Mwah. Muy biente. Gonna leave, take it, have a great stream, wish you all the best, take care, absolutely, you too, Aiden, have a fantastic time on your vacation. I will be sure to try and remember to message you again. Who knows, I might have to start setting reminders on my phone to message people. Once a week, go and message all your friends and say, hi, how are you doing, hope you are well. That would be probably the only way to get me to do it frequently and commonly, but go have fun on your vacation, thank you for stopping by. It was lovely to see you again. Hope to talk to you soon. back to this cool racing. I don't know what the cool racing is. Bortoletto's overtake on a car there. Looked like it was probably Alonso. Ugh. And Hadjar is going into the pit. So that's good. It was actually Bortoletto on Hulkenberg, not Alonso. Same kind of old man. Hadjar is now behind Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, surprisingly close to the points, almost exclusively because half of the grid is gone. Really unfortunate for Yuki Tsunoda fans, aka my roommate. This is a really unfortunate situation there. Guys, I just realized you can't see Bark Weber like this. This is upsetting. Oh well. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. At about lap 40, I might try and turn the camera back on. See how that looks. But Hamilton overtaking Alonso. Alonso a little squirrely there. Looked like he was not expecting Hamilton to overtake in that corner. Ollie Behrman going just wide for no seemingly good reason. Very unfortunate for him. And we will see. We will see. Looking through all the tires, Oscar's tires are about 4 laps newer. Pierre Gasly about to spin in every corner is honestly pretty normal feeling. Guys, this is going to be really funny. Guys, oh my god. Okay, Yuki Tsunoda has made contact. There's going to be, like, almost for sure a safety car. Colapinto and Yuki Tsunoda have for sure had contact. No safety car, but that was definitely a big spin. Fortunately, I spoke the name of Yuki Tsunoda and cursed upon him horrifically. That was not my favorite thing I've done in a while. Sorry, boys. Sorry, I spoke the devil's name. I spoke the devil's name and the devil doth appear. Colapinto spin. Some damage, some gravel on track. Honestly, they for sure should do a virtual safety car for that. That was a lot of gravel on and debris on track. That was pretty whack. Yeah, but Yuki Tsunoda getting a new front wing put onto his car. Going out again. For what? Who knows? Let's see here. Oh, my shit is buffering. Awesome. Hot. Really cool. Guys, don't mind me. I'm just cutting out Zach Brown's face real quick from an image. Guys, this is really cool. Using Canva at this moment on my side screen is turning off my fucking race. It is buffering my race. That's pretty sick. Flavio Briatore for Alpine showing up pretty good. I'm gonna do that on my phone then. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have pretty much waiting on a safety car to bring the field together, is what it looks like to me. Otherwise, it seems like we will be set with what's happening here for a while. I'm expecting Ocon and Behrman, or Ocon and Gasly, to have a bit of a fight here now. French on French violence continues even when they are countries apart. Unfortunately for them, Lawson has gone into the pit, leaving Alonso in 5th place. If there is some crazy shit happening with the Ferraris or with McLaren, Fernando Alonso could get a podium here, which would be wild and really exciting. Seeing Ocon attempt, it looks like Colapinto and Tsunoda have been given investigation warnings for the collision issue. Like everyone's on hards and mediums at the moment, so not too much to worry about there. Looks like Alonso hasn't pitted, unfortunately. Or perhaps he's going to. Because he's not there in my car. 10-second time penalty for Tsunoda. Really good for Yuki fans, honestly. That's really sick and awesome. And really cool. Oh no, I can't wait to tell my roommate what happened during this race. That's really good and cool and awesome. Haha. That is upsetting for Yuki Tsunoda. Looks like Alonso has gone into the pits. Looks like that timer on the side is a little ahead. We will see. Everyone is having a good time. We are rest. It seems like the general idea for the strategy is a 2-stop. For this race, it is a fairly long lap race, or a lot of laps. So I could see a 2-stop being the way to go, but I don't know what tire they'd go on to for their second stop. Because that is odd. It's an odd decision, in my opinion. But it looks like Oscar might be going for a 1-stopper. If I can trust the commentators who are kind of dictating what I'm saying at the moment, because I am doing something else for the stream. But yes, we are going to have a fantastic time chilling. Yeah, there is a lot of seconds. It looks like there's going to either need to be another pit stop from one of the 2 McLarens, or we're going to need a safety car to close up the field. So Tsunoda might just have to go crazy mode. That'll be an interesting way to go. Don't mind me, guys, real quick. Canva, did you not save that for some reason? What the fuck? They didn't save it. Gasly is probably going to end up out of the race from how it currently seems to be. Interesting indeed. This race was really interesting at the beginning, and I was really excited for it happening, and then it continued. Yeah, there's unfortunately not much happening in the race currently. Past Gasly's complaining and being in DRS range of Behrman, and Hadjar actually taking a inside a corner on Colapinto, probably forcing Colapinto wide or facing contact as a result. But looks like he got away with that pretty scot-free. Exciting news. Yeah, so interesting enough is that Tsunoda is still going to finish pretty close to the point. So honestly, if there's like a huge pile-up crash, Tsunoda could still get points despite his 10-second penalty. Interesting enough, but I don't see that happening at any point soon. No one's really close enough to be having a crash is the issue. So looks like we'll probably finish with Lando in first, Piastri in first, is what I'm seeing. So that'll be fun. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, there's just Oscar's just slowly nailing that gap, slowly getting through. Not sure how well that is really going for him though. The West. Guys, wait. This is gonna be really funny. It's gonna be so funny, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Guys, don't worry. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Hee hee hee. Guys, I'm fucking hilarious, right? Oh, I need it like tied to my PNG tuber. No. Okay. I attempted and it didn't go well. Let me see. Guys, it's fine. Guys, it's for sure fine. Yeah, you're for sure. It's for sure fine. Don't worry about it. Guys, don't worry. I'm still here. Awesome. Okay, I will need to figure that out at a different time. So, guys, don't worry. Yeah, Piastri is having a faster little lap there. So, at least that's interesting. But yeah, it looks like there's some people going into the pits working on that. So, here, wait, there we go. Guys, isn't that funny? I'll make some better ones in the future. But yes, looks like we have Gasly into the pits. Don't know if they checked anything there. He's going to come out probably, looks like between the McLarens or behind the McLarens. But he'll need to be blue flagged a fair amount, it seems. Looks like there is an Alpine, Franco Colapinto, fighting against Stroll? Stroll, yes. Alonso has lost his very close to the points finish. And Lawson, Behrman, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Piastri, and Norris are our current leaders for the race in points. They all seem like they'll be getting points. There's about 30 laps left of the race. It's going to be very fun and cool. Very fun and cool and awesome. Really exciting stuff. Behrman has gone into the pits again. I guess this is a two-stopper race for a lot of the drivers. Norris going a little wide, it looked like, a little squirrely in that corner. So, yeah, Lance Stroll ahead of Franco Colapinto. Franco Colapinto almost running into the back of Stroll, but not. So it's pretty good there. Piastri is slowly bringing that gap closer and closer. The little boy is snoring. Mark Webber does do some snoring in his day. He is a little bit of a snore dog. I hope it doesn't mean I'm boring him, but I probably am because this race is a fucking snoozer nowadays. Really fun. Piastri is gaining a fair amount of time though, so it looks like before the end of the race we will see the McLarens fighting again. Fun. I will take a second place Piastri though. That sounds fun. And guys, Silverstone's at a slightly better time, being an hour ahead of where I started today. So the Silverstone race will actually probably be pretty fun and cool and awesome. So, looks like Fernando Alonso is still in the DRS range of Lawson, which is going to be interesting. Very cool, guys. Should I do my dailies? The race is doing that thing where it becomes boring. Guys, it's time for our favorite thing to do when the race gets boring. Is wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Guys, we're gonna do our dailies. Awesome. So let's see. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Let's see. Awesome. Norris radio going on. Is he just quicker everywhere now, or mainly quicker in high speed? We'll see with this loss of traffic. I bet he'll have some great speed in some freer air. It looks like I've got the eye, so I'll do like a blink. And I'll still not get a lot of the words. So like a simps. No. Hulkenberg has gone into the pits again. Colapinto is behind Tsunoda at the moment, but Tsunoda has that 10-second penalty, so don't know how well that's going to do. Limps. That's a good one. Got me at least the eye, and I had known nothing else. So like a fight might help. There is a T. We just keep Oscar out of your DRS. I don't know how well Norris is going to be able to handle that. Look at Haas in P7. There is a Haas in P7. Ocon is in 7th. That is interesting. Our current leaderboard. What are some interesting notes about it? Alonso's in the points. Bortoletto is behind Russell. And Norris is ahead of everyone, but pretty close. There's still a little bit of traffic that Oscar has to get around to get super close, but it looks like Oscar, within probably the next 6 laps, will be incredibly close to being in DRS range at the very least. This is not going to be a good word. This is going to be a bad one, but I want to know if there's another vowel. Nope. Okay. It's going to be a tough wordle for me. I have only the I in the right place, and I know nothing else, and these are some fucked letters. Like a site. City? Interesting. You're on board with Oscar Piastri as he is slowly withering down that gap between him and Norris. Leclerc 13 seconds behind Piastri. Looks like it is a pretty good... Looks like it's a pretty good chance that Leclerc is going to get third at the very best, as long as the McLaren fight that happens in the next 20 or so laps is not aggressive and awful. George isn't even close to lurking. That is fair. George is not close to lurking, unfortunately. There's not going to be a George Russell podium for any reason, it seems. However that makes you feel. We will see. We are in the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc going close to about 300 kilometers an hour. Russell, speaking of the devil, is boxing. So that's going to be interesting. Looks like he's on a two-stopper as well. We will see. Anyway, back to being stupid. Witty? The only word I can see is witty. So I'm going to go with it. I was correct. I spelled tires wrong. You're right, but it wasn't ever going to be tires spelled that way. Into the connections. These are always generally my worst item of the day is the connections. So this will be fun. Oscar has lost a bit of time. And Russell is in DRS range to Hadjar. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a fight here. I don't know how Hadjar is going to react. I don't know. If it was me, I would generally be like, you gotta get past me by your own merit. Looks like George Russell has gotten past Hadjar by his own merit, and a pretty clean overtake there. Nothing to write home about, nothing to cry over. Pretty normal. Ugh. The closest issue I can see would be Russell and Lawson, Russell and Lawson, Alonso and Lawson. Doesn't look like they'll be fighting anytime near the future. So that is unfortunate. Hope Alonso is just very strong at defending against Russell and just doesn't let him through for any reason. That would be the only way to get something interesting happening before Oscar catches Norris. Types of milkshakes. A shake, a split, a float, and a sundae. Types of like ice cream drinks. That's not good because that was a pretty intense category for a yellow. Oh no. On board with Hamilton. Seems like nothing's going on. Yeah. Looks like Charles Leclerc is still one-upping his 7-time world champion teammate. In most situations, Hamilton going fully off track. If I keep talking about people, they seem to be going off track. So let's talk about Norris. Lando Norris, who has, I believe it was 5, but it might be 6. Whichever it is, he is either currently has less wins than his 3-year rookie teammate. I'm not talking about Oscar. Don't show me an Oscar replay of him fucking up if I'm talking about Lando. That was the wrong guy. Lando Norris, who has less wins or more, or the equal amount of wins to his rookie teammate Lando Norris, who's been in the sport since 2019. Oscar Piastri has been in the sports for 3 years now, so 2022. Lando did not get his first win until last year in Miami. Spectacular win. Very cool to see. Now it has left us with some interesting things. I just realized my dad is not a VIP in the chat. Looks like there's a bit of a fight happening between Behrman and Stroll for 12th place. Good for them. You take what you can get. Norris radio time. Interesting. Yeah. It seems like Norris is probably going to be on a 2-stopper, and Oscar might try and nurse these tires towards the end, which would mean that if we wanted a safety car, we'd want it after Norris pits again to kind of nullify his free pit stop and get Oscar a free pit stop as well. Everyone would probably go hit then. But again, no one's really close enough to each other. Doesn't really look like they'll be doing anything intense. Again, the only spot I can see a crash happening would be Alonso and Lawson. Explicit Spanish on New Zealander bias. They've been known to fight, or at least Lawson has been known to fight any kind of Spaniard. So Bortoleto has just gone into the pits. So we will see how that handles for him. Good pit stop for the Sauber team, 2.2 seconds. Valtteri Bottas crying into his mustache, knowing that he was part of that team when they were learning how to take off wing nuts. So that's fun. Hamilton radio. I don't want to stop, he says, as he's in the pits. Interesting Ferrari move. Common Ferrari issue. Pies. I don't know. I don't know any other pies. Things associated with cottage core. Oh, but close. Damn, I didn't think that. Seen in the aftermath of a rainstorm. I did not think that was going to be the correct category for that connections. Oscar's staying about 4 seconds behind Norris. Still about 18 laps left of the race. So we will see how that goes. We are coming towards the end here. I hope you're all having a fantastic time. You're all enjoying the race. And it seems annoying. Looks like if the points play out as they do, Oscar Piastri will still be leading the Drivers' Championship by about 15 points. Norris will be closing that gap up. So that'll be an interesting thing. But who knows? Norris is boxing again. So he will end up behind Piastri and behind a fair amount of back marker traffic, actually, will be the thing there. Guys, let's all hope and pray for a bad pit stop for Norris. That felt pretty bad. Yeah, it was 2.5. Yuck. Yucky. But he's going to have a lot of back marker air to contend with. So still going to be a bit of a fight. Oscar's still going to lead. Let's hope he gets pushed back pretty far. Let's hope Tsunoda just decides to be a menace. Should be in at the end of this lap. They are pitting Oscar while they pit, just after they pit Norris. Interesting decision. I would actually probably leave him out for a bit longer. They're on hard tires. But doesn't look like his tires are that fucked. Doesn't look like there's an obvious flat spot or a flat strip. Hamilton is setting a fast lap of the race, attempting to catch up to Charles Leclerc. But Norris really has no one to contend with other than back markers. Oscar has gone in for his pit. Really cool and awesome. Jumps or types of dances and then startle someone. Flinch. Yeah, Piastri is going to end up far behind Norris just do this long pit straight. He's going to end up behind some traffic as well, Tsunoda and Colapinto. So it's going to be a bit of a fight to get back up close to Norris, but we're all going to be on similar tires again. It's going to be fun. Colapinto. Okay, there's like a fucking fight happening. What the fuck? Hey, Sonoda, that was crazy. And now Colapinto. What the fuck, Colapinto? Hey, Colapinto, fucking kill yourself? Sorry, that was very rude and mean. He should not do that. But what the fuck was that, Colapinto? Get this kid out of the sport. That fucked his tires. Colapinto clearly should be counted for something there because that was fucking crazy. What the fuck do you mean? Colapinto almost just forced Oscar Piastri into the wall. He was not yielding to the blue flag. I guess he might have been like, oh, they're letting Yuki through on a blue flag. Huh. Yeah, Yuki was just doing an overtake on Colapinto's thing. So, yeah, I expect a very angry Oscar message. And by very angry, I mean a message that goes, oh, fucking hell, who are these idiots? And then nothing else. So that was awful. Yeah, force another driver off track. Fucking get that bitch. Send the dogs after him. What the hell? That was crazy. I can't believe Colapinto's in this sport. Did he just like flip off Yuki Tsunoda for doing like a good overtake and he was the one who forced Oscar off? Sorry, Oscar is getting the notice and not Colapinto. If Oscar gets a penalty for that, I'll fucking lose my mind. If Oscar gets the penalty for that and not Colapinto, it's over for me. Okay, Colapinto also has the exclamation mark of death and doom. That was wild. Okay, well, Oscar is still attempting to bring it back. So, Piastri, despite the awful behavior of the backmarker drivers, so Oscar setting a 1:08.5 lap. Looks like he is really trying to bring that forward, but that was really like fucking crazy. That cooldown room is going to be one Oscar Piastri being very upset. It's Armor. Who's your driver of the day? Actually, I'm probably going to give it to Bortoletto. Bortoletto was doing incredibly good this entire race. So he's probably going to get my driver of the day vote. There's about 13 laps left. Yeah, speaking of Bortoletto, he's just overtaken Hajar beautifully. Yeah, Bortoletto is really stunning during this race. He's doing a fantastic and incredible job. So, Gabriel Bortoletto, you have my vote. At least Max will not get his race ban. Too bad Kimmy did it for him. Yeah, Max will not be getting his race ban. Okay, so the answer was clearly not genre. Because was Angel. Lush. 5-second penalty for Colapinto. Oh, but a 10-second penalty for Sonoda for like crashing him? I think that's silly. Interesting. I don't like this mini. This mini's bad. I'm giving up on the mini. It's making me mad. The mini's pissing me off on the side. I was never a Franco Colapinto fan, and I for sure am not a Franco Colapinto fan now. Fuck that kid. Bring back Doohan. Common Oscar Piastri fan issues. Never his fault, truly. He's perfect in every way. He never makes any mistakes on track at all, ever. Guys, I swear. Hulkenberg on Hajar. Very nice looking overtake there. Let's see. Yeah, that just made Oscar's whole thing fucking more difficult. That was almost the safety car no one wanted. Let's see. Ocon is fighting Hajar. Hajar seems to be losing pace pretty substantially at the moment. So we will see. It looks like the medium tire is the tire that does a little better here for the most part. Everyone's done their pit stops, so there's no need for anything intense happening there. But we will see. We will see indeed what happens to our boys. All of our besties. Very interesting. Interesting indeed. Piastri quickly gaining speed and place on Norris. Looks like we will have a fight between the McLarens. The Papaya War will continue. It'll be really cool and awesome and good. So, as long as Oscar gets within a second and a half, is what I would say would be a worthwhile expression of his driving skill, would be about a second and a half within Norris by the end of the race, but he's gaining a lot of speed very quickly. Oh, that was such a predictive fucking camera shot. The fucking movie shot of that would have been him fucking going off into the gravel like a psychopath. Yeah. Pretty chill podium for Charles. Charles sitting pretty, 14 seconds behind Piastri, 7 seconds Hamilton behind. Charles is pretty much locked in his third place there. So, Piastri is driving this car like a motherfucker. He is, like, truly driving this car. Hey guys, do we think the camera's gonna turn on again? 10 laps to go for the end of the race. I would like to be visible for them, so we will see. We will see how the camera does. Looks like it has a pretty good battery life at the moment, so hopefully that's fine. Oh my god, I can be back. Whoa. Guys, look, okay? No more headset. Guys, say bye to VTuber Rayne. VTuber Rayne's not real. Regular Rayne is. Please help, I need pace. My god, guys, he's catching me. Oh no. Guys, my teammate has better pace than me. I'm losing my grip. Oh no. Guys, help. How am I supposed to drive the car? Sorry, I'm intentionally mean to Lando Norris because I am an Oscar Piastri fan. I respect all of the drivers, yada yada yada, but wah, wah, wah. As you can see, the boy, he's so sleepy. Wah. Norris is also being held up by traffic in the back. Tsunoda into the pits. So, interesting. Yeah, Lando is a little annoying asking them to race for him. I'll be honest, that's why I'm not a big fan. And need pace, drive the car. Hey Yuki, are you good down there? What did they do? They give him a new wing? Did we take him out of the race? Why did Yuki have a 13-second pit stop? I wonder what Max Verstappen's up to. Just walking about the paddock. I wonder what he's doing right now. Guys, we can have Ollie Bear back. Look at him, Ollie Bear. Cappuccino. Ton ton ton. Ballerina cappuccino. Yeah, Oscar's probably gonna end up fighting him. Yeah, Bortoletto winning the driver of the day is kind of exactly what I need. Yeah, Bortoletto fucking deserves that one. First time in a while that the driver of the day is actually the driver of the day. So, battle for 7th, Bortoletto versus Alonso. There will be a battle in 7 laps, which is the end of the race. But it also looks like, hopefully before, in the last like 5 laps of the race, it looks like we'll have a fight between Norris and Piastri. Piastri is holding steady, gaining some speed, and I want the Sauber to hold up Norris real bad. Because then last lap fight, that's pretty good. Last lap fight. Yeah, Max is already in the sim. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Have I gotten any Twitch notifications from Redline this morning? Interesting enough. So, oh, there's a bit of damage on Norris's front wing. Oh no. The horror. Oh no, how horrific. That's gonna be so bad. Oh no. I'm so upset for him. There's 5 more laps of the race. Piastri is 2 seconds behind Norris. Bortoletto is 3 seconds behind Alonso. We will see what happens. They had to tell him that. He didn't know. Yeah, interesting enough that he didn't know. Oh, I know why Tsunoda's pit was bad. It's because they did the 10-second pit, the 10-second penalty. I don't know why they did that now and didn't do that earlier in the race when he then had time to bring it back. But that's why Yuki's race was bad. Okay, Alonso, let's fucking go. Alonso, who has just been in DRS range the entire race and has done nothing with it. We will see. Hopefully there's a battle. It's the chances for a battle happening are kind of mellowing out. Oscar's kind of holding pace about 2 seconds behind Norris, unable to find too much intervention there. At least Yuki gets to finish the race. So, interesting indeed. I'm stressed about it. We will see. Yeah, it looks like Lawson is probably going to hold position as well, so your Bortoletto winner without bet is probably crashing at the moment. I don't know if Oscar's going to get within DRS range with enough time to fight. He's kind of falling back and holding pace, and it's kind of annoying me. Sausage. Yeah. Norris used far more of the curb, probably hit that apex a bit better, leaving that turn specifically. Yeah, I'm losing all of my hope for a last-minute bid for first from Oscar, so it looks like our final standings, for the most part, are going to end up being Lando Norris in first, Oscar Piastri in second, Charles Leclerc rounding out our podium, followed most likely by Hamilton, Russell, Lawson, Alonso, Bortoletto, Hülkenberg, and Ocon for points. We will see how they all shape up. I'm not expecting it to change too much in the next 3 laps. So everyone prepare for very little to happen. Prepare for God save the fucking king. Lando, you need corner discipline. I feel like that's not the kind of radio message that helps Lando. I feel like anything that points out flaws that directly is not going to help him from what he shows in the interview process. But he's also about to be held up by Tsunoda, it seems. Bortoleto is chasing Fernando Alonso, is in time for a fight but for him for the next couple laps. So we'll see how that goes. There we go. Bortoleto about 0.3 seconds away from Alonso. So Alonso's tires are pretty old, pretty not great. And so it looks like Bortoleto's probably going to be able to make a move coming up in a couple turns here. Yeah, unless Norris makes a monumental fuck up, I think this is pretty much how our timing sheet will end up being for the race today. Then we'll focus mostly on Gabriel Fernando's little fight here at the end for 7th place, which is a fair amount of points for both of these teams. Kick Sauber's going to have at least 2-point finishes during this, so that's going to be fantastic. We will see, we will see, we will see. Yeah. So Bortoleto has just made it past Alonso, so yeah, a fucking worthwhile driver of the day, honestly. And Oscar has gained half of a second in the last lap or so. So I expect Lando to have made a fuck up like I was kind of predicting. He made a fucky wucky. Bortoleto has also just lost the place to Alonso. Did a switch back on that. We will see what goes on here from here on out. I really think without that Franco Colapinto shoving Oscar into the wall, he would have caught up to Lando. I feel like that just damaged the tires a little too much, lost him the advantage of having slightly newer tires there. I'm fine. I'm alive. Yeah, they've also come on top of these two fighting, so that's why there's such a big catch up here in this last lap. Oscar did, because the two others are there, so they've really just placed themselves in the middle of this Bortoleto and Alonso fight, and unfortunately that means that everyone is probably going to have an issue here. Norris is not going to have much time in the free air, but also Oscar is not going to have that much time in the free air either. He is going to be behind. Fernando trying to overtake. Looks like Lando is just being slow as fuck to try and impede everyone. Yeah, lapped cars have really made this race boring as fuck. But Lando did try and brake check Fernando there, it looked like. Slow him down a lot, which is why Fernando went off to the side. Took a different line. It looks like Lando Norris is going to be our race winner today in Austria. Then Oscar's going to be second, so he's not going to win as many points in the championship as he possibly could have if Oscar had done some monumental fuck up. But he's still leading the championship, Oscar is, so this is still pretty good. I'll take a second place. I'd prefer a first place, but Charles Leclerc is now 17 seconds later passing the checkered flag and getting his third place finish. We have a Norris Piastri Leclerc podium. Cool. Cool, man. Colapinto is still not going to, even with his added time penalty at the end here, is not going to get too close to Tsunoda. A boy? Guys, it's okay. He just seems sad. He just looks sad. Because he is. Because Charles got third. He didn't win. He thought the McLarens were going to crash into each other and then it would be a Leclerc-Hamilton-Russell podium. Double points for Sauber, correct. Very good. Very exciting news. So, very, very good. And then, yeah, that is how the race is played out today. So, upsetting. I truly think if Colapinto didn't shove Oscar into the wall, this would have gone much better for Oscar. And I think he would have definitely been able to bring the fight to Lando towards the end of the race instead of being about 2 seconds behind the whole time. I think it just damaged his tires and his car a little too much there. Unfortunate, but guys, we don't listen to God Save the King. We don't do that. You know what happens when someone we don't like or a British person wins a Grand Prix? Guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you have a fantastic week. The start of your week for sure. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Drink water. Take care of yourself. And I'm going to go get ready for my work. And we can have a nice little go out to the Italian national anthem, as we should. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your night. I will see you all in the Discord, continuing to talk about the race and talking about my thoughts on the F1 movie in a little more detail, just to keep spoilers out of this existence for a little bit longer. I'll put spoiler warnings on any of my thoughts in the Discord. Have spoilers in them. But don't worry, I'm working on a full review for my blog website, which you can find in the link tree. And then I think that's all of my things. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your week. I hope you all drink some water, get some food, treat yourself right, take a nice bath today, honestly. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.